Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Sheila Bila coming to you with another review of Tyler Perry's Sistas Season 9, Episode 2, Do No Harm. Y'all, before we get into this review, please do not hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. The more you do like, the more I do go through the algorithm and more people start to view my commentary. On the road to 8,000 subscribers, 100 likes every single video. Please, 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 please hit that like button. Now let's go ahead and get into this episode of Tyler Perry's Sistas. Y'all, this episode was tragic. It was tragic, and we don't know the outcome, but it seems like it's going to be very bad. All right, so here we go. So everybody has gotten the phone call to come to the hospital because Karen is in the hospital. She's feverish, she's vomiting, she's bleeding. Like, we need y'all to come, right? So everybody's in traffic. Zach and Andy is in traffic together. They drove in the same car. Sabrina is in traffic, and Danny is in traffic. Lo and behold, Danny is behind Sabrina, blowing at her and cussing her out, talking about she can't even drive, but the traffic lights are broke because the power is out. And Danny gets out the car to go cuss out Sabrina while Sabrina on the phone with Maurice. Hey, Maurice. And yeah. They end up seeing each other like, girl, it's you, or whatever. But everybody's still trying to get to the hospital, right? At the hospital, Karen is in pain. She keeps saying something is not right. She's bleeding, she's vomiting. And she vomited to the point to where she says she felt like she soiled herself. Come to find out, it was blood. She was bleeding so much, it leaked through everything. Like, the bed is completely wet. Her gown is wet. Everything is wet. And she is in pain, and nobody is there to help. So still back in traffic, Sabrina is talking to Maurice on the phone. They're talking about Rich, how they broke up, but Rich didn't wait long for somebody else to, jump up and down on him. And Rich is calling, and Sabrina is like, I'm not going to answer the phone, but Maurice want to do a conference call so he can be out in the business. And I mean, hey, Sabrina says she's over it, and she's starting today. She's moving on with her life, and she's not going to be too much worried about Rich right now. So that's pretty much that. So now Andy and Zach gets to the hospital, and Fatima, she's running around trying to find help, and she ends up running into Zach and Andy, and she's like, hey, I don't know what's going on. Like, it's bad. She's not getting any help. And they're like, what room is she in? They said she's in room 114. This is really bad. The doctor here, he isn't helping. Like, she hasn't seen anyone in over 2 hours. It's like really, really bad. So they rush to go see Karen in her room. Now everybody is there, right? Sabrina makes it there. Danny makes it there, and they're in the hallway. They're just waiting, right? Because the doctor told them that only 2 people can be in the room pretty much at a time. So they're just trying to pace it out to see who's going to go in next while they're in the waiting room. And really, they're just trying to get some air because they have been around Karen so much to where it's like the mama Lisa was like, okay, y'all, let's kind of telling Aaron, let's go get some coffee, like let's go do something so they can kind of clear their heads a little bit while Zach is in there talking to Karen. So now the doctor made it back, and he's still saying the same thing. Like, oh, this is her first birth, so it's gonna be hard. She has twins by 2 different daddies. Like, he's just being so rude, right? And then the mom is like, that's not natural. This is not, I didn't do this when I had my baby. And he looked at her and says, whoa, you have the body fit to carry a baby. Her body is very petite, and her body is inadequate for carrying twins. I said, what they got to do with her getting help? And then how are you going to sit up here and look at the mama and say her body is made for? You don't know what her mama looked back in the day. She probably was really, really small like Karen too. And it's just the fact that he's just so dismissive. And he's making every excuse. Come to find out, she is 6 centimeters dilated. And he said that he was going to put on an epidural and all that, but he still hasn't done anything like that. He says he's going to give her some medicine for her nausea. No, she needs help. You haven't even gave this lady an ultrasound. Like, you don't even care. You're just looking at her chart, and you are being very racist. And it's bad. And everybody is trying to get what they can get out of this doctor. They're really trying to like threaten him, but nothing is penetrating. Like, he's just, well, she's just going to have to wait. She's just going to have to wait. This is normal. This is normal. So it's just, ugh. Anyway, so Fatima says she's going to find help. So she ended up running into Dr. Bond. And she finds him and she's like, look, I got a friend here. She's in room 114. She's pregnant with twins. You know, she's vomiting. She's feverish. Like, she has all these symptoms. She keeps saying that something isn't right. Something isn't right. I just need someone to go look at her. Dr. Craig is her doctor. Immediately, he was like, Dr. Craig? I think his name was Craig. Curtis? Dr. Curtis? Dr. Craig? I'm going to just say Dr. C. Dr. C is her doctor, and he's not helping. And then immediately when he thought about it, he was like, well, okay, well, take me to her. So they go in there. He orders an ultrasound immediately. And because before that, Karen was saying why she was looking over at the little monitor. And she was like, why I don't see my babies? Like, why I don't see my babies? I guess heartbeat or something. Why I don't see their heartbeat? And then they ended up getting the ultrasound. So they did the ultrasound. And you really could only hear one heartbeat. You couldn't hear, because normally babies' heartbeats are fast. Like, and it's just two. It's like, you know, it's like a, you know, double tap. But they were all, the nurse and Dr. Vaughn, they were looking like, oh my God, this isn't good. Like, this isn't good. And Karen was like, what's wrong? Like, what's wrong? Can you tell me, like, what's going on with my babies? So he says he's going to come back. He's going to have to go and get her doctor, and he really can't tell her nothing right now, but it's not good. All right. So while Dr. Bun is going to talk to Dr. C, he's telling Dr. C, like, look, I went to go see Karen Mott, and one of the babies is stillborn, and she's going to need an emergency surgery. Now, while they're talking, Sabrina was coming from the bathroom, I guess, and she seen them and she overheard them talking. So she's getting the 411 on everything. Like, she's hiding behind the wall. Like, okay, this is not good. And so come to find out that Dr. Bond is like a 4-year resident, and he's relatively new. So it's not his call, because Dr. C is a senior resident. Like, he's the main doctor. And of course, that makes Dr. Bond a subordinate. So he can't go over Dr. C's head to do the cesarean, which Karen does, because if Karen doesn't get the cesarean, then Karen's going to die. And Dr. Bond wants her to deliver these babies naturally. He wants her to deliver a stillborn baby and a baby that's live naturally. Like, that is so unethical. But, you know, he was like, and Dr. C is telling Dr. Bond, if you try to go in over me, then it's going to be problems. He's going to make his life bad at that hospital. Like, he could get his license revoked. Okay. So Sabrina hears this, and she's in frantic, and she goes to tell the girls, like, oh my God, I just overheard them talking. Like, Karen is going to die. One of the babies, you know what I'm saying, is stillborn, and it's really, really bad. She needs a cesarean, like, right now. She needs a C-section right now. And Andy's on the phone trying to call somebody, I don't know who, because she's saying that she can get Karen airlifted to another hospital. But it's 2 a.m. in the morning and a power outage. How are you going to get this girl airlifted anywhere? And so Zach actually had went off to the restroom, so he really doesn't know. So when he's coming back, he's like, what's going on? Like, what's going on? So nobody wants to tell him what's going on. But he's like, I know you hear me, like, what's going on? So that's when Fatima tells him the news, like, hey, Karen may not make it. One of the babies are dead, or, you know, is unalive. So it's bad. And Zach instantly cries like, oh my God, I can't believe this. Like, oh my God, I can't believe this. Like, no. Like, no. And he's really sad because he's like, this is not supposed to happen. Like, this is not supposed to happen. And nobody cares. It's like these doctors at this hospital just don't care. And I instantly felt bad for Zach. And it's almost like we know that it's Zach's baby is the one that's not alive. You know what I'm saying? It's like we know that that's his baby that's not going to make it. All right. So, Andy and Sabrina, they go and find Dr. Vaughn, right? And so they're just like, hey, we need you, we overheard everything. We need your help. We need you to do the cesarean. And he's like, no, I can't do that. I'm a 4-year resident. Like, that's over my head. I'm not the doctor. And she was like, well, we need some help. We need some help. And he said that there isn't anything that I can do. I mean, Karen would have to request a new doctor. I mean, if I go in, then I can lose my license. There isn't anything that I can do. His hands are pretty much tied. And then Sabrina's like, you can't help us. You can't. He said, I'm sorry. That's all I can do. So he walks off. And instantly, Andy was like, but he did help us, Sabrina. He did help us. He told us that, Karen would have to request a new doctor. And we're going to let her know that she's going to have to request a new doctor. We're going to request Dr. Vaughn. Because, that's what's going to have to happen in order for her to get the treatment and the help that she needs. So Dr. Vaughn, the only thing he can do, because he did do the ultrasound, he could only go in there and give her the results of the ultrasound. So Karen is like, okay, doctor, you never told me what happened. So Dr. Vaughn lays it on her like, hey, one of the twins are stillborn. And if we don't get you an emergency C-section, then you could possibly die too. So, we're going to have to get Dr. C to come do whatever. No, I don't want him coming in here. I mean, but that's your doctor. So he's going to have to be the one to do whatever you need to do, because he wants you to have a vaginal birth for a stillborn kid, but a stillborn child, baby, and for your other twin. And instantly I felt so bad for Karen. She was crying and crying and crying. And then the only thing I could think of is like, Karen, you got to be strong for this other baby. Like, you got to be strong for this other baby. But who wants to hear that? Like, who wants to really hear that one of your babies are not making it, isn't going to make it, but you still have another baby to deliver? So I can't grieve right now, which is a natural instinct for a woman in labor with low blood, because her blood is low. She has high blood pressure. Like, she has all the symptoms of everything that's negative for her to be unalive. Because the longer that baby sits in Karen, that baby can sit up and it can shut Karen's organs down. So that's why they have to do an emergency C-section, because that baby in there unalive is now affecting Karen in her body. It's so bad. Oh my God, this is so bad. And then you can't even grieve. Oh my God, so bad. So all of them are in there, right? All of them are in there, and they're like, Karen, you have to request another doctor. You have to request another doctor, right? And so she's just grieving and she's crying and she's crying. Dr. C comes in and he's just like acting like everything is fine. And they're like, we know what's going on. We don't want you to be our doctor anymore. We want you to leave and all this other stuff, right? And he says, well, the only person that can do that is Karen. The only person that can tell me that is Karen. And Karen kind of made me slick mad on this, because I'm like, girl, you doing all that crying. It should not take you that long to say, get up out of here. I don't want you as my doctor no more. But I have to take into account that she's grieving and she's in pain. And the only thing they're giving this girl is what they say, Cilium. Maybe that's the numb something to relax her, but it's not helping. So she's under duress. And she finally says, yes, I want Dr. Vaughn. That's who I want, right? Okay. So now, as the nurse that comes in there, and she was like, okay, the doctor says we're going to have to Dr. Vaughn says we're going to have to prep you for a C-section and all that stuff, right? The nurse says only 2 people at a time can be in there, because at that point in time, it was Aaron, Sabrina, Mama Lisa, and Andy. So Karen says she just wants her girls to be in there. So that leaves, Robin and Mama Lisa has to leave. And so the girls are around her, right? And now that the girls are around her, Karen feels like, Karen thinks she's going to die, pretty much. She's just like, I need you all to take care of my babies. She's still saying babies. Like, if you have to choose between me and my babies, please choose my babies. And they're like, no, Karen, all of you are going to make it. Well, of course, the one, Karen, you're going to make it, She was like, Karen just like, I know I'm not going to make it. She pretty much like, I know I'm not going to make it. So I need you to take care of this baby for me. Because she just feel like she's not going to make it. And it's so sad. Oh my God, it's so sad. It is absolutely so sad. And then Karen, like, she starts to flatline. And in the preview, they said that she was cold blue. Like, it's almost like Karen is not going to make it. I'm like, this is crazy. Like, this is so crazy. Like, Karen, you really not going to make it? Like, you really not going to make it? Like, you going to leave one of your little girls here for some... That's crazy. And then Danny, like, she gonna burn the hospital down because she knows that the Dr. C ain't doing what he's supposed to be doing. Shoot, Danny dang near got a hit out on Dr. C in the preview that's coming up. Zach in the preview that's coming up. Child, he looking like he losing his mind. They calling cold blue. I'm just like, this is crazy. Y'all, do y'all really think that Karen gonna make it? Like, do you think she's gonna make it? She looked like she about to go to the upper room. The upper room. Shout out to Light. But y'all, that's it. That's it. I just feel so sad. Like, this episode really made me sad. It really, really did. And then, shedding light on how that hospital only caters to a certain demographic. And that demographic is not Black people. It's only, I guess, white people or white people with money. So everybody else is just left there to die. And if you survive, it's only by the grace of God. It's only. And I don't know, y'all. I'm really sad. I'm not even enthused about this episode, because I'm just like, we've been through a lot with Karen. We've been through a lot. And I didn't want to see her go out like this if she going. Like, this is a sad way to go. Because they kind of already had played with us about her being unalive when that fire happened. And now the possibility that she may be unalive for real is crazy. But anyway, y'all, this is Sheila Bila. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what y'all think. Were you all just as sad as I was looking at this episode? Because I'm just like, this is crazy. And whose baby is it? Is it going to be Aaron's baby that's going to be left, or it's going to be Zach's baby? I think Zach's baby is the one that's not going to make it. Because based on the way that they're kind of showing it, it looks like it's going to be Zach's baby that's not going to make it. And then post Zach, he talking about, should I have brought a push gift? Should I have brought balloons? You just bring yourself. Because it looked like your baby ain't even going to be in the pushing. But anyway, y'all, this is Sheila Bila. I'll talk to y'all next week. Oh, tomorrow when I do Divorce Sistas. Y'all have a great day. Bye.